Hi there, this is yet another video on binomial times binomial, in other words, polynomial multiplication, or as it is sometimes described, FOIL. If you've never seen FOIL before, probably you want to skip back a couple of videos because there's some nice introductory ones that I did a couple of days ago. If you're quite familiar with FOIL, you can start here and see how it goes. Because these ones, you know what, they're a little more complicated than the ones we did before. But let's get at it. All right, I'm looking at this one. First thing I'm thinking, that's kind of wonky. It's got the 2 in the front and the 3x. And normally we have the variable in the front and the number in the back. Not a big deal. We still do it exactly the same, but my brain is saying, pay attention. Something might be a little weird here. So 2 times 3x. So that's the first one over here times the first one over there is 6x. That feels weird. I want to make it 6x squared, but that's just because that's what I'm used to when I'm foiling. But I can't. This one's written weird, so I'm going to pay attention. And you don't rewrite it. Don't write 3x minus 2 just to make it nicer. No. Now we do outsides. So 2 times plus 3 is plus 6. Insides, minus 3 times minus 3x times 3x is going to be minus 9x squared. And then minus 3 times 3 is minus 9x. Okay, look, it looks all weird, right? And that's because this one, the order was reversed. So here is our only x squared term. So minus 9x squared. And this one and this one are your x's. So minus 3x plus 6. So if this looks weird, just pay attention. You're used to combining the two middle terms, but here's an example right off the bat where you don't. Excuse me. Oh, this looks like there's a bunch of kind of cool questions on here that don't 100% follow the rules. Generally, also, a binomial times a binomial will usually give you two terms, but not always. And I think the next one's going to show that. So first, 2r times 2r is 4r squared. Outsides, 2r times plus 7 is plus 14r. And then we go inside, negative 7 times that is negative 14r, and negative 7 times positive 7 is minus 49. Now, this is so cool. 4r squared. Now, look. I'm even going to highlight it because it's so cool. We have plus 14r and negative 14r. You know what happens when you put those together? Nothing. It's gone. It disappears. That, my friends, is called a difference of squares. It is a very specific type of question. And what it is the numbers and the variables in the bracket are exactly alike, except one's a minus and one's a plus, or a plus and a minus. And that will tell me that my middle terms are going to cancel out, and I end up with a binomial. It's a very, very specific type. Now, let's look at this one. Look. Look at this. 4r plus 5, 4r minus 5. So this is the same pattern as we saw up here. So I'm thinking when we FOIL this out, those middle terms should cancel. I'm still going to FOIL it properly the whole way through, but I'm waiting and expecting the middle terms to disappear on us. 4r times 4r is 16r squared. 4r times minus 5 is minus 20r. Insides plus 20r minus 25. All right, these two are going to cancel out like that. Same thing again. So it didn't matter. Up here it was plus 14 and then minus. This is a minus and plus. It's still going to disappear. 16r squared minus 25. Now, I'm going to challenge you. Look at the pattern. Getting good at math is recognizing patterns. If only there was a shortcut. look what happens. 4r plus 5. You got a 4r and a 4r, and you got 16r squared. And then you got the 5 and the 5 at the back, and that's 25. Let's look at this one. 3n and 3n plus 4 minus 4. That looks like one more difference of squares. And I'm going to make a prediction. I'm going to square the first term, which is going to be 9n squared. In other words, I'm just going to, do, I was going to say do f, but that's maybe not what I want to be saying. First times first. And then it's always a negative and 16. That is my prediction. Now, let's do it properly. 3n times 3n is 9n squared. 3n times minus 4 is, let's see, it's going to be minus 12n. And then we do the insides, plus 12n, minus 16. These ones disappear. 9n squared minus 16. Now, don't get, okay, I admit I got really excited about that. But it only seriously only works when you have that exact pattern. You know what? I'm going to do one over here. If you have 3n plus 4 times 3n plus 4, you're going to get the normal type question. You're going to get 3 terms in your answer, because when we do that, right? See, this was a plus and a minus. Now I have 2 pluses. It's going to be 9n squared plus 12n, oopsies, plus insides 12n plus, oops, 16, not 4. So 9n squared plus 24n plus 16. So if you're not sure whether those middle terms should cancel out or not, one, pay attention, check your signs. But if you're not sure and you want to guess, there's probably going to make middle term, because this is a very rare occurrence when you have the exact same number with just a plus and a minus. Okay, so if these are both pluses, and you know what, if I made them both minuses, let me show you. That's a minus, and that's a minus. You know what? And this becomes a minus, this becomes a minus, and this becomes a minus, and you still get the 3 terms. It's only when you have one of each that they cancel out, kind of like sine numbers. Just saying. All right, let's go up here to this one. 5m times 6m, so first is 3m squared, 5m times 8n, m, oops, plus 40m squared. That looks weird. Look. Another tricky question. I probably should have just put those together to begin with. But let's finish it off, and I'll just show you how it works either way. Minus 4 times 6 is minus 24m, and minus 4 times 8 is minus 32m. So 30m plus 40m is 70m squared. My, oh goodness, 66. I'm going to do that. 24 plus 32. Oh, oops, 56. Okay, so that is with FOILing. Now, if I've been paying attention, I'm going to rewrite the question. 6m plus 8m. I would have said, gosh golly, look at that back term. 6 plus 8 is 14m. I just combine them because they are like terms. And now I can multiply 5m times 14. So 5 times 14 is going to be 70m squared minus 4 times, I don't know, but I hope it's 56. 4 times 14. Let's see, that was 1 step, 2 steps. This was 1 step, 2 steps. Still got the same answer. And now it's an odd example where you started with a binomial times a binomial, and you ended up with 2 terms. So sometimes, if it's my assignment, I'm just going to slip in some tricky ones just to see if I catch you. 6t minus 10 squared. Don't overthink it. Move that up. That just means I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go 6t minus 10. And now I FOIL. It's just a different way of writing it. It's kind of like, so how cool is that student? Are we going to be able to cause them to panic? Nah, not you. Let's just do it. You just rewrite it and away we go. 6t times 6t is 36t squared. First, outsides minus 60t. Insides minus 60t. And last, plus 100. So 36t squared minus 120t plus 10. Boom, done. See, not so scary. Do exactly the same thing. 3x minus 10. 3x times 3x is 9x squared minus 30x minus 30x plus 100. 9x squared minus 60x plus 100. So remember, this step is the multiplying. This step is the combining. That guy down there, I'm going to do it up here so I have some more room. So minus 2 plus 6x minus 2 plus 6x. My spider senses are tinkling. My math senses are tinkling, saying, yeah, that's a weird order. So I need to pay a little extra attention when I'm doing it. It's not wrong. And I wouldn't rearrange them. That's just a habit you don't need to get into. This one wouldn't kill you if you went 6x minus 2, but it's just a really bad habit to get into. So negative 2 times negative 2 is going to give me 4. Negative 2 times 6 is minus 12x. 6 times minus 2 is minus 12x. And 6 times 6 is plus 56x squared. Now I'm going to do 2 things at once. I'm going to rearrange it into descending order. So 36x squared. And I'm going to put these 2 together. Minus 24x. And then I'm going to put the 4. Now, if you do that, I'm going to deduct you some marks. What's wrong? There needs to be something in there. You can't just randomly leave that 4 hanging out there. Now, is it going to be a plus or a minus? Well, this 4 was a positive. So we can just put this a positive and an add are kind of exactly the same thing. So there's your final answer. And that is 11.2 binomials times binomials. QL.